friends, it's Becky, and the beads were good again this week. This is the last week of March and right before April, and so I want to wrap up what I made this week, what my plans are for the next week and for the next month, and just kind of let you know how we're doing. And yeah, that's fun. Now I didn't make a ton of things this week. I did one full set with Sam's Bead Box. I did some macrame friendship bracelet-y things with the Potomac Beads box. I made a necklace with my stash beads that I had recently sorted, and with some Green Girl Studios charms that I had just gotten from Art Beads. We unboxed several things, we looked at things and made some plans, and then I also made a necklace yesterday using the gemstone that I had adopted from Gemstone Orphanage. So let me go over all of the things that I made first, and then we'll talk about other plans. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to show you is the full set. It is the Sam's Bead Box set, and I love this box. It is so colorful and sweet, and I had finally gotten my extras, so I had these 8-0 seed beads. It was the seed bead mix to be able to play with. I already had the silver silk, so I didn't have to buy any extra, but then I got all of these, and so I made a asymmetric necklace using some of those other pieces, and it's got this front closure. And it's just a little hook. It goes through the hole in the front, and then you can wear it with a little rainbow on one side and this smooth silver silk on the other. And sorry, my shirt is getting in the way so you can see where my little rainbowy raindrops go. It is a long focal, so the rest of the necklace needed to be a little bit on the short side so that you can see the whole thing. And then I made some earrings to go with it. And these earrings used the tiara cast focal that we had, these sort of rainbowy shaped curvy guys. And I'm trying to figure out which is the front. There we go, that's the front. All right. And it had all these connector areas, and then I used some craft wire to make a little rainbow over the top of it so that we could have some dangly, rainbowy, fringy earrings that go with that necklace. And then I made a bracelet using one of these matte table cut beads, some of the rondelles, and more of these iridescent crystal beads. So we've got that. And then I made a ring, and the ring is kind of on the big side, so it fits on my thumb as a thumb ring, which is not a bad thing, because then I can fit other rings on my other fingers if I want to. And that is the set that I made with Sam's Bead Box. All right, let's take that off, and I'll show you the macrame bracelet that I made. And I was like, I'm gonna give it to my brother because it seems like the kind of thing that someone who maybe doesn't like to wear bright colors like this would be okay with wearing. And that is this one that I used the waxed linen, and I did just like the friendship bracelets we used to make in like junior high and high school. We just knotted some of that, and then we used the macrame techniques along the front to get some earth tone beads involved, and then a little sliding knot on the back so that it can be adjustable for when you get it on there. Hold on. That's how I adjust them. I'm sure you can think of different ways of doing it that don't involve your teeth. But yeah, and because it's size adjustable, you can make it for just about anybody, and it will still fit them on that. So we did that one, and I'm probably going to do another macrame project this week, just spoiler. because I've got one bubbling in the back of my head. I'm having some creation happening in my head, and then we'll create in real life after I'm done with that. But yeah, and then this was so much fun to make, and it was so much fun to wear. I actually wore it all the next day while I was running around doing all sorts of things, and it is much longer. I didn't even need a closure on that. I did create one and show you how to do it, though, if I wanted to. It is long enough that it goes right over my head, and it hangs right there. And it is so much fun. I have this unicorn charm, and it says on the back, "May the spark of magic follow you always." And I don't know if that's going to be backwards when it gets uploaded or not, but that's how it works. And I don't know why we're tipping. There we go. But that was a really fun thing to make. And you know what's kind of cool about that is that it's long enough that I can layer some other necklaces with it and still wear it. I'm not going to put that on right now, though. I'm doing these other ones. So let me take this one off real quick, and I will show you the necklace that I made with my Gemstone Orphanage creation. And this was a quick and easy and fairly simple necklace to make. Like, most of the work was done with these twisty beads because they just space out all of these other beads perfectly, and they let them shine. Like, they can be the star of like the bead strand, and the carnelian just goes so well with this stone. There we go. So that's my beautiful Gemstone Orphanage one that I made today, or yesterday. Yeah, so that's what I made this week. And as far as what I'm going to be making, I'm going to start a new personal challenge. And it's not a new personal challenge. It's something that I did last year, and I had such a great time doing it that I want to do it again this year. So there's already a playlist with last year's Earrings Everyday project. I'm going to rename that to Earrings Everyday 2023 and start a new playlist that's Earrings Everyday 2024 for this year's project, because starting in April 1st, every single day, I'm going to make at least one pair of earrings. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to do like one of those videos where I make a whole bunch of earrings at once, because I do love doing that. But it does mean that when I'm making a bracelet, I'm also going to be making some earrings. It does mean that when I am not making anything that day, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to make one pair of earrings, because it's just one of those things that I love. I love making earrings. And I've told this story before, maybe not in this format, but I've mentioned it in other ways, like when I was describing it last year, that I made earrings every day for a year. And it was, pandemic happened, everything shut down, we were working from home. And at the same time that was happening for me, I had so much else going on in my life. My son had a crisis and needed partial hospitalization, so I was taking him to his doctor's every day, leaving him there, and then picking him up after work. And then I also had a huge project going on at work, so we were doing proof of concepts. We were installing, configuring, testing, and I was in all-day meetings with all of that going on. And in addition to that, at the same time, my builder was repairing my foundations from my house, because they built it on clay that hadn't really settled after it had been farmland for a while. And so it had to settle, and it settled wonky. So they were fixing it. I actually have really great foundations now after they did that. But so there was construction work going on and people walking all around our houses, and it was a lot of chaos. And I was trying to exist in the middle of this chaos and hold everything together. And it's really hard to hold everything together when you feel yourself pulling apart. And so one of the things that I had done when suddenly I found myself with all this free time and I was working from home and I was like not going to the gym every day for like 4 hours a night, was trying out different hobbies, and one of the things that I stuck on was jewelry making. And it started with these kits, you know, like I would get like the Annie's kits. There's a store in Florida, bead3.com, I think is their thing, and they had kits that you could do that included a necklace and a bracelet and some earrings, and it was like the full amount. But they were just one kit a month, and then when you were done making that one thing or that one set, you were done for the rest of the month. And I was like, I need this process. I need this more than just once a month. I need to do just more than just that one process. And so that's when I bought the BB Craft, or not BB Craft, the Sunny Clue earring kits. And those are those ones that I've shown you on my channel before, the Sunny Clue kits, where it gives you your earring wires, it gives you your head pins, it gives you all of the hardware that you need for it, and your beads, and then some ideas for little designs. And so I got those Sunny Clue kits, and then every day for a year, before I started work, before I started anything, I would make a pair of earrings. And that way I could start my day with a win. No matter what happened for the rest of that day, I knew I had done something right. I had made a pair of earrings, and I would wear those for the rest of the day, and it was like my armor, you know, to be able to deal with the day. I made those earrings. They worked. They were right. Everything else is gravy. Everything else, you know, if something else happens right, great. Pile it on top of my win pile. If not, then at least I had that one thing. But it also gave me a chance to slow down and not concentrate on everything else that I had to do that day. I could just leave that like over on the side and just concentrate on the one thing I was doing. And it gave me a chance to collect my thoughts, to center myself, and to do all of that by just making a pair of earrings, just a simple pair of earrings. And so that's one of the reasons why I love making earrings so much, is because it was such a big, important part of me remaining sane-ish when everything else was chaos and when everything around me was crazy. And that's one of the reasons why I fell so in love with jewelry making too, is because when things are getting crazy, when everything is up in the air, I can sit down with my jewelry table and I can put some beads together and it works right. Everything's fine. And being able to share that with y'all means a lot to me as well. So last year I had realized that I hadn't done just a pair of earrings, for a really long time. And I missed it. I missed being able to just sit down, make a pair of earrings, and have that be my moment of zen, my time to collect my thoughts, my making something and having a win for that day. And there's a lot of times that I do have a win for the day when I make other things like this, and I can have that zen time where I'm making some beaded chain or something like that. And it's one of those things that there are other ways that I can do it, but I do actually miss the making earrings every day. So I brought it back last year. I made a pair of earrings every day for the month of April, and I did that. And when I did it, some of the earrings had full real-time tutorials, and others I just filmed the process on one of the earrings on a time lapse, and then voiceovered and just uploaded it as a short. And so there will be shorts. There will be those like within 1 minute. This is how I make an earring, and talking fast and all of that. If there is a full-time real-time tutorial, I'll be uploading the short and also doing a real-time tutorial. If it's something that's included in something else that I'm making, if I'm making a necklace and I'm uploading the video for the necklace, the earrings will be included in that part. But then I'll also have a little short saying, hey, I made these with this tutorial, just so you can see every day, and that's my intention, is that there's going to be one short uploaded every day showing it could be a simple pair of earrings where I take a charm and attach it directly to an ear wire. And there are going to be days when that's what it's going to be. That's just what I'm going to need for it to be. It's just the simplest, easiest earring you've ever seen, because life gets lifey. It absolutely gets lifey. And I don't need to overwhelm myself with too many complicated projects, but I also really love challenging myself. So it's going to be a balance for me. On the days when I have the energy for something more complicated, we're going to have some creative process kind of earrings, and we're going to have something fun and interesting, something that I've never made before, hopefully. And for the other ones, then we're going to have some simpler, easier earrings, and we're going to just have something to wear that day. After no matter what else happens during the day, we have a win. Something that went right. So I'm going to be doing that every day. It's earrings every day is my little challenge. It's the challenge for April. And I'm only challenging myself. If you want to join me, you are so welcome to do that. And I would love it if you did, because maybe you'll find the same kind of moment of peace that I found with just sitting down with some beads and making a simple thing and having it work for you. And it just works. And then you can go deal with anything else that comes along on your day and have that happen for you. So that's my plans for this month, and that's what's going on. It's going to be just every day in April, at least one pair of earrings. And let's see, last year, like, I still did it even though I had other things going on. Like, I went to a music festival in April last year, and it was really fun, but I brought my beads with me and I recorded, even though I wasn't able to upload it because of the data out there in the field that we were camping in. I couldn't upload my video, but I waited, and when I got back, I uploaded it, the earrings that I made while I was at the music festival, and we did it that way. So, like, even if it doesn't get uploaded every day, I'm still going to be making a pair of earrings every day, and I'll upload them when I can. So I think actually it ended up being that it took longer for me to edit and upload and, like, do the voiceover and do all of that stuff than it did to actually make some of the earrings that I made. But also I challenged myself to do something new and interesting, and that's when I came up with a couple of the ones where you use the craft wire and you bead, like, the beads in a circle, and then you put the coin in the middle of it. I'll put a link to that project in the description below, but, like, being like, hey, I'm getting kind of tired of this kind of earring, let's do something different, kind of forced me to think outside the box a little bit and come up with something different and new. And I'm hoping that there'll be a little bit of that this week. I really am. Anyway, I have in the oven a rib roast, because my brother works for a grocery store, and we were also raised by a single mother of 4 children, so we know how to coupon. And so he got, like, a whole bunch of stuff using, like, the specials that they had at his store, and, like, $300 worth of food for $70. And so we're like, okay, I guess we are definitely going to be having, like, an Easter dinner tonight. For sure. So that's in the oven right now. And I am just spending time with my son and my family today, and I hope y'all are having some time with your families, and you're able to take today to just have a wonderful, wonderful day. Happy Easter to all of you who celebrate, and a happy weekend to all of you who don't. And I love y'all. Thank you so much. Bye.